Welcome to our deep dive today.
Yeah.
Into AI and healthcare.
It's a big one.
It is a huge topic.
Yeah.
And we've got a ton of information to get through.
Yeah.
We've got research articles, we've got conference transcripts, news releases. We've even got some like insider opinions about what's happening with AI and healthcare.
It's really interesting to see it all laid out like this.
Yeah. And I think that's what we're trying to do today is sort of cut through the hype.
Exactly.
And understand how AI is actually being used and why it matters.
Yeah, for real people.
For patients.
Yeah.
For the healthcare system as a whole.
The whole system.
And one of the things that we're going to be looking at, and this is kind of a spoiler alert, is this situation where just changing the ethnicity variable in an algorithm completely flipped the recommendation.
Yeah, that's a huge red flag.
I know, we're going to get into that.
That we need to be very careful about how we develop these systems.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to make sure they're not just repeating existing inequalities.
Right. And so interesting because like Stanford Medicine, they already have over 30 AI applications.
Really?
Up and running.
Wow.
I know.
That's a lot.
It's happening now. This isn't like...
Not science fiction.
Yeah, this isn't like the future. This is
now.
Right now.
And it's exciting to see how it's being used in so many different ways.
It's crazy. And I think like one of the things that's driving this rapid adoption is tools like ChatGPT.
Right.
You know, it's like making AI more accessible to people.
Yeah, it's kind of a bridge between complex AI and everyday use.
Right.
I've been using it to, summarize patient records or draft documents.
Oh, really?
Or even brainstorm potential diagnoses.
We can do all that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Wow.
So it's not just for, researchers anymore.
It's game changer.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, so let's talk about like, how is AI actually impacting healthcare on the ground? Like, what are the things that it's doing?
Well, one of the biggest areas is early disease detection. AI algorithms can analyze tons of patient data.
Right.
And spot early signs of rare diseases.
Okay.
Potentially years earlier than traditional methods.
Oh, wow.
I mean, imagine a condition like granulomatosis with polyangiitis.
Yeah.
GPA.
I've heard of that.
Early diagnosis is key.
Right.
And AI could make a huge difference for those patients.
Yeah. I was reading about the Pandia project.
Oh, yeah.
And they're actually using electronic health records to try to predict these rare diseases.
It's incredible.
It is incredible.
And it's not just about rare diseases.
Yeah.
AI can also be like a doctor's right-hand assistant, suggesting tests and treatments based on the latest research.
Right.
So think about an oncologist treating a patient with leukemia. They can have access to a constantly updating library of knowledge.
Wow.
Tailored to that specific case thanks to AI.
So they don't have to like read all the journals and...
Exactly. It's like having the world's best medical library at your fingertips.
That's amazing.
Constantly analyzing and updating.
It is a revolution.
Yeah, it really is.
So we've got like early detection, we've got like smarter decisions. What about patient safety? Like how does AI fit in there?
Well, AI can actually help reduce medical errors, which is a huge win for patient safety.
Of course.
It can do this by automating tasks, finding patterns in incident reports, and even predicting patient deterioration in real time.
So before it even happens?
Exactly. We're talking about preventing problems before they even arise.
Wow. That's incredible.
It is.
So we've got early detection, we've got smarter decisions, we've got safer care.
Yeah.
It sounds like a dream for cutting down on admin work as well.
Exactly. AI can take over tasks like writing up patient notes, scheduling appointments, even managing billing.
Oh, wow.
This frees up healthcare workers to focus on what they do best.
Which is?
Patient care.
Patient care.
Yeah.
The Green Button Project at Stanford.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really good example of this in action.
That was a great example. Like, they showed that AI can analyze past medical decisions.
Yeah.
To provide, like, real-time evidence to doctors.
Like bridging the gap between theoretical knowledge and what happens in the exam room.
Right.
And, the results were really interesting.
What did they find?
They found that doctors who used the AI tool were more likely to choose treatments that aligned with the latest medical evidence.
So it's like having...
It's like having the collective experience of thousands of doctors guiding your decisions.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
But this level of, like, sophisticated technology, it must take forever to develop.
Again, yeah. Remember that EKG prediction model we talked about?
Yeah.
It took researchers 10 years.
10 years.
And $28 million.
Oh, my God.
To develop an AI model that could accurately predict who needs an EKG in the ER.
Wow.
And while it's groundbreaking work, it highlights a big challenge. We need to find ways to streamline AI development without sacrificing scientific rigor.
Right. 10 years and millions of dollars.
It's a big investment. It can't be the norm if we want to see this, like...
widespread adoption.
Yeah. Are there other examples that, like, show how much potential this technology has?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Stanford is actually already piloting ambient AI technology.
Okay.
So picture this system that listens to doctor-patient conversations, transcribes them, and even generates initial notes.
That's like
a superscribe.
Yeah, but also like kind of creepy.
Yeah, it definitely raises some questions about privacy and consent.
Huge questions.
Yeah, it's a good example of how AI's capabilities often outpace our ability to fully understand the implications.
Totally.
So as we move forward, we need to be very thoughtful about how we implement this in healthcare.
So it's not just about the wow factor.
Exactly.
It's about using it responsibly and making sure it benefits
both patients and providers.
Patients and healthcare providers.
Yeah.
And speaking of benefits, I mean, we've seen how AI can aid in early detection.
Yes.
Clinical decisions.
Yes.
Patient safety, administrative efficiency.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. It's like, are there downsides?
Well, as you pointed out with the ambient AI example.
Yeah.
Data privacy and security are paramount.
Oh, for sure.
The more data AI relies on, the more important it becomes to protect that information.
Yeah, patient data is...
it's sensitive.
Incredibly sensitive.
Yeah.
And any breach of trust could have...
serious consequences.
Yeah, huge consequences. Are there other challenges that come with integrating AI into healthcare?
Implementation and change management are big ones.
Okay.
Even with the best AI tools, integrating them into existing healthcare workflows is a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
It requires careful planning, training for staff, and a willingness to adapt to new ways of working.
And imagine regulations are like...
struggling to keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lack of clear federal or state guidelines for AI in healthcare.
Oh, wow.
Which makes establishing responsible AI practices even more crucial.
Right.
We're in uncharted territory here.
Yeah.
And it's essential to proceed thoughtfully.
So it sounds like AI in healthcare is like navigating a maze.
It is a good analogy.
It's incredibly exciting, but there's like potential pitfalls.
Around every corner?
Yeah, around every corner. And we're still in the early stages.
Oh, absolutely. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
There's a lot to learn, and we need to be prepared to adapt as the technology evolves.
So we've explored the incredible potential of AI in healthcare, from early disease detection to streamlined administrative tasks.
Yeah.
But we've also uncovered some of the challenges.
Definitely.
Including data privacy implementation hurdles.
Yes.
The need for clear guidelines.
It's a complex landscape.
It is.
But understanding these challenges is the first step towards harnessing AI's power for good.
Yeah. And we'll be back in part 2 to explore even more real-world examples and dive deeper into the ethical considerations of this transformative technology. So stay tuned.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of AI and healthcare.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
In part 1, we talked about how quickly AI is being adopted.
Right. It's amazing how fast it's all happening.
And its potential to really change healthcare as we know it.
Yeah. It's a game changer for sure.
But we also touched on some of the challenges.
Like data privacy and those ethical questions.
Exactly. Like, how do we make sure all this new technology is used responsibly?
It's a big responsibility.
It is. But I'm excited to hear more about how this is all playing out in the real world.
Yeah. Let's dive into some real-world examples.
Like, what are the tangible ways that AI is benefiting patients and healthcare providers right now?
Well, one area where we're seeing a huge impact is in clinical decision support.
Okay.
Especially for complex cases.
Okay.
So let's say you have an oncologist treating a patient with leukemia.
Okay.
AI can act as like a super-powered research assistant.
Okay.
Analyzing the patient's unique situation and pulling in the latest research on leukemia treatments.
So it's like having a team of experts constantly working behind the scenes.
Exactly. And making sure the doctor has the most up-to-date information.
Wow. That's incredible.
It is. And this type of AI-assisted decision support can lead to more accurate diagnoses.
Okay.
Personalized treatment plans, and ultimately better outcomes for patients.
It's amazing to think how AI can take something as complex as cancer treatment.
Yeah.
And help personalize it for each individual patient.
Right. It's not one size fits all anymore.
But healthcare is about more than just data and algorithm.
Absolutely.
There's a human element that's essential.
Right. And that's where AI can actually help improve communication and empathy in healthcare.
Really?
Yeah. Imagine a system that helps doctors practice difficult conversations with patients.
Like what kind of conversations?
Well, like discussing end-of-life care options.
Oh, wow. Those are never easy.
No, they're not. And they can be so emotionally charged for everyone involved.
They really can.
But AI can simulate the complexities of those interactions.
Okay.
Giving doctors a safe space to practice their communication skills.
Okay.
And prepare for those real-world situations.
This is like having a virtual training partner to help you navigate those sensitive conversations.
Right, with more confidence and empathy.
That's incredible. Are there any real-world examples of this type of AI being used?
There are. I recently read about a doctor who used an AI chatbot to rehearse a conversation with a patient's family about a very difficult medical decision.
Oh, wow.
And the chatbot was able to mimic the emotional nuances of the conversation,
Right.
which allowed the doctor to feel more prepared and ultimately have a more compassionate and effective conversation with the family.
It's amazing. It shows how AI can be used to enhance those crucial human connections.
Right.
Not replace them.
Exactly. It's a tool to help us be more human, not less.
But AI isn't perfect, right?
Right. We need to be aware of the potential downsides.
Like what?
Well, for example, there was a case where an algorithm recommended incarceration for a child.
What?
Based solely on behavioral data.
Wow.
When the ethnicity variable was adjusted, the recommendation completely changed.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
Oh, it is. It's a stark reminder that we need to be extremely cautious about how we develop and use AI in healthcare.
Absolutely. We need to make sure these systems are fair and equitable for everyone.
Right. And it's not just about the technology itself.
It's about how it's implemented and used within healthcare systems.
Exactly. We need to ensure that healthcare professionals receive the proper training and support to use these tools effectively and responsibly.
It's about finding that balance.
Yeah.
Using AI to improve healthcare, while also making sure it doesn't undermine the human element of care.
It's a delicate balance.
It is. What are some key considerations for healthcare organizations that are thinking about implementing AI?
Well, transparency is paramount.
Okay.
Patients need to be informed about how AI is being used in their care.
Right.
And they should have the right to opt out if they have concerns.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Patients need to feel like they're in control of their healthcare journey.
Absolutely.
What else should healthcare organizations be thinking about?
They need to be proactive in addressing potential risks, like data breaches.
Yep.
Having clear protocols in place for monitoring and mitigating those risks is crucial for building trust, both with patients and healthcare professionals.
It's about creating a culture of responsibility and accountability when it comes to using AI in healthcare.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, we need to remember that patient safety and well-being should always come first.
Well said. We've explored real-world examples of AI in action.
We have.
Delved into some of the ethical challenges.
Yeah.
And discussed key considerations for implementing AI.
It's been a great discussion.
It has. It's clear that AI has the potential to revolutionize healthcare. But we need to be thoughtful and responsible in our approach.
Couldn't agree more.
In the final part of our deep dive, we'll shift our focus to the future.
Okay.
What are some of the emerging trends in AI research and development?
Yeah, where is this all heading?
What might the future of AI in healthcare hold?
It's exciting to think about.
We'll explore these questions and more.
Get ready for some mind-blowing possibilities.
We'll be back soon to explore the exciting and potentially challenging future of AI in healthcare. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into AI in healthcare.
It's been a fascinating journey so far.
It really has. We've talked about how AI is already changing healthcare today.
Yeah, a lot of really cool stuff happening.
And some of the challenges we need to address.
Those ethical considerations are so important.
They are, but now I want to look ahead. What's next for AI in healthcare?
Yeah, the future is full of possibilities.
What are researchers working on? What are the big breakthroughs on the horizon?
Well, one area that's really exciting is personalized medicine.
Okay.
Imagine treatments tailored to your unique genetic makeup.
No more one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly.
So AI could actually help me avoid those pesky genetic predispositions I inherited?
Potentially, AI can analyze your genetic data, your medical history, even lifestyle factors to predict your risk for certain diseases. And recommend personalized preventative measures.
So it's not just about treating diseases, it's about preventing them in the first place.
Exactly. It's like having a customized health plan based on your individual blueprint.
That's incredible. Are there other futuristic applications in the works?
Absolutely. AI is also paving the way for more precise and less invasive surgeries.
Oh yeah, I've read about those AI-powered surgical robots.
They can perform incredibly delicate tasks things that would be impossible for human hands.
It's like having a microscopic surgeon with superhuman dexterity.
Exactly.
What does this mean for patients?
Well, it could mean quicker recovery times,
Okay.
fewer complications, and better overall outcomes.
It's amazing to think how AI could transform the surgical experience.
It really is.
What about drug discovery? Any breakthroughs there?
AI is changing the game in drug discovery, too.
Okay.
It can analyze massive databases of molecular information to help scientists identify potential drug candidates and develop new therapies at an unprecedented pace.
So AI could help us find cures for diseases that are currently incurable.
It's definitely a possibility. The potential for AI to revolutionize healthcare is immense.
It is. But as we've discussed, there are also challenges we need to consider.
Right. We can't just ignore the potential downsides.
Exactly. With all these advancements,
Yeah.
what are some of the ethical considerations we need to keep in mind?
One concern that comes up a lot is job displacement.
Okay.
As AI automates more tasks, some healthcare professionals might worry about their jobs becoming obsolete.
That's understandable. It's a big change.
It is, but I actually think that AI will create new opportunities in healthcare.
Okay.
Freeing up human workers to focus on tasks that require empathy,
Right.
critical thinking, and the human touch.
It's not about replacing humans. It's about augmenting our ability.
Exactly. We need to be mindful of how we integrate this technology into the workforce.
Right.
Another important consideration is bias.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
If these systems are trained on biased data, they could perpetuate or even worsen existing health disparities.
So it's not just about the technology itself. It's about making sure it's developed and used in a way that's fair and equitable for everyone.
Exactly. We need to ensure that AI is used to bridge the gap in healthcare access and equity, not widen it.
That's a huge responsibility.
It is, but I think there's a growing awareness of these ethical considerations.
Yeah, I think so too. As AI becomes more sophisticated, we need to think about the implications for human autonomy and decision-making.
Right, like how do we make sure we don't become too reliant on these systems?
Exactly. How do we find that balance between AI assistance and human control?
It's a crucial question. We need to figure out how to integrate AI into healthcare while preserving human control, ensuring that patients remain active participants in their own care.
It's a complex issue, but it's an essential conversation to have.
It is.
So where do we go from here? What can we do to make sure this AI revolution benefits everyone?
We need open and honest conversations about the potential benefits and risks of AI in healthcare.
Okay.
Involving patients, healthcare professionals, policymakers, everyone.
It sounds like collaboration and dialogue are key.
They are, and we need to invest in education and training so that everyone has the knowledge and skills to navigate this rapidly evolving landscape.
We need to empower people to understand and embrace AI, not fear it.
Exactly. The future of healthcare is being shaped right now, and it's up to all of us to ensure that AI is used responsibly and ethically to create a healthier and more equitable world for everyone.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into AI in healthcare.
It's been a great discussion.
It really has. We've covered a lot of ground: the present, the future, the possibilities, and the challenges.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
We've explored how AI is already transforming healthcare and what the future might hold.
And we've highlighted the importance of responsible development and proactive engagement as we navigate this new frontier.
We encourage you to keep learning about this topic and share your thoughts and perspectives.
The future of healthcare is being written now, and your voice matters.
Thanks for joining us.